All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here. Good to see people popping up in the side chat. And with that being said, we have someone that didn't pass away or anything like that. I know you guys have been asking where Alan's been, but Alan is back with us. Alan,
Hello, and welcome to Foreign and Domestic. Let's just go ahead and get this shit show started, will you?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
awesome, awesome. How you doing, man? Sorry, folks, I messed up. I had the stream open on the other page while I was trying to get the chat off of it. What's going on, Alan? How you doing, bro?
I am doing well. I am doing well. There for a little bit, I wasn't. Um, and then luckily, the slave driver that the crazy Scotsman did allow me a vacation. Um, so that was a thing. In between having internet issues and having physical bodily issues and so forth, haven't been here for a while. I am very glad to be back.
It's good to have you back, man. And I'm sorry to be such a slave driver, but I mean, you are paid, so I mean, you got to be here at some point.
Yeah, the PTO program could be a little bit better.
I'll work on that. I'll definitely work on that. Daniel, what's going on, man?
I hit the wrong button. Not much, man. I'm just out here enjoying this beautiful, balmy weather. And according to out there, Uncle Dan on the side chat says his two boys were up here in Ohio, and they say this weather up here ain't crap. Well, here's the weekly forecast for where I'm at. How's that showing through? -1, -4, -12, -5, -4, 3. Yeah, it's pretty balmy weather up here. I'm not complaining. It snows, we go out and plow it off. We don't whine about it. We don't freak out about it. When we don't have to be at work, we go home. For those who don't know, poor Uncle Dan, he's watching us there tonight. It's been a minute, but he's stuck. He's snowed in there at the water plant where he works. But don't worry, he's okay. He's got plenty of beer and a bottle of booze. Got it covered.
Yeah, he's got the essentials covered. Don't be so negative.
Just negative. This is what you just call normal. It could be worse. I could be up there where my daughter's stationed. This time of year, it gets -50 before the wind chill hits in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tomorrow. They're saying it's going to be record low temperatures for around here. It's going to be in the negatives again, but I mean, we already had negatives past few days, so I'm not sure why they're saying record lows, but whatever. Rob, what's happening, man?
Not too much. Trying to get dinner done here before the show, which didn't work. But yeah, I'm not as happy as Daniel, so I'm not upset. But got about the same temperature, but woke up with frozen cold water line this morning. So found that out when I was, messing with the toilet. But anyway, not the best way to start the morning. Got that all settled, thawed before anything broke. And
so you basically you took a dump and then it wouldn't flush.
Well, it wouldn't flush twice. But yeah, anyway. Well,
Somebody
and I
leave the
got up
window
before the
open.
lady, so I'm in here like, what the hell? Like, I can't have her walking into that. So, yeah, it was one of those mornings, and yeah, it's been snowing like a son of a bitch here since sunrise, and we got I don't know near a foot at this point, probably. Maybe a little more. Went out with my car and slid that around, and that was fun. All I see is trucks out there and a couple people pushing cars, people bailing out of their cars at intersections and trying to push. Seems like everybody forgot about winter tires or, you know, I don't know, all-wheel drive or four-wheel or something. I don't know. But so, yeah, basically getting by, admiring the show. Had to shovel 2, 3 times already, and I should do it again. But probably get to that after the show.
It happens here all the time, man. Every single year, the first snowfall, everyone forgets how to drive. It's like, guys, you
Oh,
lived
yeah.
here your entire lives, and you still don't know how to drive in the frickin' snow.
Yeah, what gets me is, I'm a cheap bastard, but there's no reason when you live in the north, you got to have decent tires on your vehicle. It just is what it is. There's no way around it. Whether you got 2 wheels, 4 wheels, whatever, you at least need decent tires. But it seems like a lot of people are running around with like sports tires on. Yeah, wondering why they can't move a single foot.
Yeah, I see so many people out there taking turns way too fast. Slow down a little bit for the turn because that's where you're going to end up going off the road if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, we seen a plow truck not be able to stop and had to whip around a car and at a red light and got lucky because there was another vehicle about to take a left there. So they just got lucky that they were moving slow. So it's kind of a crazy deal. I've been bitching about the plow trucks all winter. So we almost got hit twice in one day the last storm. So blowing through a stop sign coming up a hill. Didn't even look, nothing. We're coming along. Next thing you know, I had to like cut over, switch lanes and shit, aggressive driving or whatever, defensive driving. Another time, same type of deal at a light, just blew right through the light. It's like, damn, I know these guys got a job to do, but there's still people on the road. The roads aren't closed off, none of that shit. Everybody's got to
They
just
don't
chill
care,
a little
man.
bit. Yeah, it's gonna suck when they hit grandma, or or anybody. Yeah, it's just it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they don't care, dude. I've seen them out here where they're out there plowing and they'll cut right across the middle of the freaking road, and you got to pretty much go into the side of it, hoping that you don't run into them.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I hear lots of people lost power, not around me, but throughout the country here. So that sucks. Sorry for the people that are in that situation. Hopefully you prepared. So, but I said last thing I seen was like 800 and some odd thousand people. So that could be shitty.
Yeah. And we got Pat. What's going on, Pat?
Oh, not much. Just putting up with just about what everybody else is putting up with, the cold and the snow and everything else out here on the Great Plains. Only got a couple inches, thank God. But man, the cold, especially owning livestock and everything, trying to keep the waters broke open and keep everything fed, watered, and everything. But I prepared plenty times ahead. All the tractors and everything started up. Didn't have any issues. It's just having to go out there and trudge around in it. No fun for a rancher, but could be way worse. Could be way worse. I've seen it a lot worse. So had negative 17 with negative 23 with just a 10-mile-per-hour breeze. So that was fun this morning. But other than that, I can't complain. And everything's been pretty good. So sorry I was late. I was actually trying to get a video uploaded. Then the speed all of a sudden slowed down. So I'm not sure what happened there, but oh well. So, but no, man. Other than that, man, glad to be here tonight. It's been a little while.
Yep, good to have you, man. Good to see you. We got Scott out there traded 17 in for a Gen 6. So you took one piece of shit, traded it in for another. Ah, shame on you. Shame on you.
Hey, but you got Uncle Dan though. He's got himself some cowboy action guns.
Yeah, I
Hasn't
saw it. He got himself a couple of Vaqueros. Nice,
Yeah.
man. Heck yeah.
Shooting some quality.
Yep, heck yeah. A couple of Vaqueros and 45 and the lever action. Heck yeah, dude.
Oh, you can't go wrong there.
Gotta say, I'm surprised Scotsman's even got power. Seems like whenever, the weather sneezes, you're out of power. So
Hey,
what do you
man,
got? Generator running?
Don't be jinxing me right now. Right now we got power.
And there goes the Scotsman.
I was kind of surprised myself, but we still got it.
Mm.
It's still out in the same place out
Yeah,
there, Scotsman?
Yeah,
Okay.
still in the same place, man. It's typically any kind of shitty weather we get, usually power goes out. So I mean, he's not wrong, but fortunately this time around we've been able to keep the power going.
Are you kind of on a isolated old line out that way? Apparently.
Yeah, I'm in a very old house. This house was built
Extension cord.
This house was built in the 1890s. So it's pretty old house. And then, I got neighbors and stuff, but it's a very secluded kind of area. So there's not a ton of people around me, but
Yeah.
whenever the weather gets pretty shitty out here, or hell, I've even had it some days where it's pure sunshine and just windy and fucking lost power,
Yeah.
windy enough. Yeah, it can get pretty crappy out here.
Yeah. We used to be like that back when I was a kid. The house I was raised in, 1879, and all the power lines out there had gone way past their expiration date, and every time the wind blew, it always went out. But here in the last 20 years, they came in and replaced all the wires, all the power poles, and everything. And man, it's been way more reliable out
Well, I've
here
been
now.
here. I think I've been in this house probably what 5 or 6 years maybe now. Yeah, about 5 years I think I've been here now. And in that time they've probably been out and fixed lines or changed lines, whatever, probably at least a dozen times or so. So if they haven't put new ones up by now, I don't know.
Well, they used to do patchwork to us all the time when I was a kid too. They'd bring out just enough to get you reconnected and back up and going, and then yeah, that was about it until they came through about 20, 15 years ago, somewhere right around there, and just replaced everything. But it was way past time to do it. So
At TJ Fishing and Shooting, obviously he does live on the other side of the equator because he's in summer. You see, he said down there where it was 109 degrees.
He can keep his 109 degrees. I don't want 109.
Oh, is it? No, but it's a dry heat.
I still don't care.
There was a guy from Australia. He's talking about, Argentina. Yeah, I mean Friday on Jamie's chat, and he's like, "Yeah, it's 78," and it's like, "Oh yeah, you're on the other side of the thing." Yeah, it's like 18 degrees here, right where I'm at. It warmed up quite a bit, but next week it's going to be dropping this week hardcore. negatives and single digits.
Yeah, it's going to be negatives pretty much most of this week and maybe even the following week. I'm not quite sure yet.
Yeah, we've had the negatives the last 4 or 5 days here, so it's been a little on the cool side, but we're surviving.
Yeah. Yeah, this here is, I mean, this is like just a normal winter storm and everybody's freaking out. I think they just want to get people watching the weather and more news and stuff, and they just promote it too much. It's a typical winter storm.
Yeah, it is. It's typical crap out here. It's been a few years since we had one, but people always freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've been pushing it. Like, well, here it hasn't been too bad as far as news wise. New York City, they're freaking out, but they got a lot less places to put snow, I guess. Here it hasn't been much of a problem. Grocery stores are fine. One chain closed down, so it's like 3-4 stores that are almost everything was closed today, but I made it to one that was open. So, but besides that, like the stores are stocked. It doesn't look like the stuff on TV where everything's empty shelves and people are running around like maniacs. So, not that I see. So, but again, we're in the north. You should expect there to be some snow. Occasionally. That's just how it goes. And the same with the weather. And people who are smart have more than one source of heat, especially if they have kids and, some emergency stuff going on. Cause, that's just how it goes here. It's not that uncommon where you could, everything seems to break in the winter. You blow pipes, hot water heaters, your battery in your car dies. It just seems like when it's cold, everything tends to go. So it's always good if half your year is cold to have a little common sense and forethought.
Oh, look, Uncle Dan's complaining and saying he was wearing the Speedo the other day. No, he's not allowed. He's not able to wear his Speedo. No one wants that thought in their head, dude.
Cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. If it's not on video, it never happened. Oh, hey, there's the king asshole himself out there right
There's the one. What's going on, man?
Come on, Pops. Tell us how bad it is out there where you're right now. It's all cold and snowy and stuff.
Complain like everyone else so we can tell you we don't care.
Hey, you think you got it bad? My cousin Tony, he's buried in -34.
Hey, I lived through the blizzard of 78. And this ain't squat.
Yeah, this is nothing. The one we had 3 years ago was worse.
Anybody got any tricks for padlocks? I got a newer one, and in this cold, it doesn't like to open outside. So obviously, I go out with a torch or whatever.
That would be
two big ass screwdrivers and just bust it. No,
no, man, no. Like some of my older locks, they work fine, but being a newer one, I think it's got a lot of factory grease or something in it, so it just doesn't want to work properly, without heating it up some. But is there any?
I know you're cheap. But just use a pair of bolt cutters and go buy another one.
No, it's a brand new lock.
Get a propane torch and heat it up. You can
that's what I've been doing.
So you can take a dump, but you can't figure out how to get your lock heated up.
Well, I'm wondering if there's another product. That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Like, is there any tricks to this? Like, I could spray it, bring it in, clean it out, spray it out, and then maybe lube it with something else. But what isn't going to freeze?
Brake cleaner. You can clean all that crap out with brake cleaner, and then get the dry silicone spray and spray that up in there, and I'll keep it lubed.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Or even you could even go with a little bit of powdered graphite.
Yeah,
and,
that's
they
right.
make
Okay.
a special syringe that tapers down flat. You just stick it into the keyhole and you just kind of half air, half graphite, and just it blows it up in there. Just work
Nice.
the lock back and forth a couple times. Go put it on.
Okay. Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
some of that
So-
stuff in a thing, but yeah. So that's
Yeah,
what I was wondering if there's some type of trick or whatever. Because I mean, I don't know. My other locks I've had for years, I don't have this problem with them. But this, like, threw a new lock on, I don't know, not long ago, and now it seems like that it's below zero and shit at night. It's not, or even the day, it's not wanting to function. So
yeah.
And
without
props for the
fortunate.
wind.
Yep.
Tannerite that fucker.
Yeah, that could be that could be a good product review. Well, this is a piece of shit. Here we go with some tannerite. Just blow up everything that doesn't work.
So, Alan, you have a question from Uncle Dan. Are you still on Tinder?
Well, I can't say that I am. Yeah, I can't say that I am. I can't honestly can't remember when the last time it was that I logged into an account like that. Any of them. I'm not Tinder or Tinder. Yeah,
Or Grindr.
yeah. Can't say that I am.
Apparently, you didn't catch that. I said or grinder.
What the fuck is Grinder?
No. On any of the applications like that. Granger, I have been on Granger's site lately, but not Grinder.
I didn't think.
Okay.
I thought your probation officer said you couldn't be on any of them anymore.
Yeah, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you screwy fuckers.
No, Grinder's a gay website.
And how would you know that?
I've been told.
Oh, okay,
Damn
nothing about
aficionado
I don't.
over here.
No, I'm happily married.
What's his name?
Alan. BePro. You're late for supper again. Get home. Sorry, I couldn't help it. But anywho, now that's thoroughly off the rails.
What are you talking about? This is like the old normal.
This is the normal.
See, and that's why I enjoy Sunday nights when I have the time to come hang out with you guys, because this is always hilarious.
It's
Hilarious.
just good
What,
to
you
have
think we're here to entertain you? You think we're funny?
Are you not entertained?
Think you're funny?
Are you not entertained?
Clowns or something?
What kind of funny are you saying?
Well, we know what kind of funny Alan is, but I'm talking about the rest of you guys.
It's good to have Alan back.
Yeah. We just got to keep him out of those drive-through parks, wild animal safari places.
Has he been modding up that Beamer?
Well, he's got a Beamer now.
I have. But for the past 2 weeks, I've had a minor problem with it, and I have done nothing at all about it because it's been too damn cold outside to work on it.
Understandable. Now, by minor in BMW standards, does that mean like $5,000.
Well,
Six?
it hasn't caught fire.
Okay.
But
So
no, it's currently a crank no start. It cranks, but it don't start. So a minor affliction with the BMW just means that you can't drive it.
right. Okay. But it still looks good
So
out there.
eliminate the purpose of it being, a vehicle.
It's a nice roller though.
Yeah, it'll roll downhill great. It just doesn't roll uphill very good.
Right, yeah. Well, hopefully it's something stupid and it isn't something that's typical BMW stuff.
Right. Some, I'm quite literally the only thing I've done so far is I've unplugged the map sensor to see if it was the map sensor. Other than that, I haven't even checked fuses. I haven't done anything. I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna get in the camel beater and just drive that everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering how it was going. So I got to say I'm not surprised. I was hoping you'd have a better report. At least T-boned it on something, having some fun. But
well, it has been disappointing because I was able to drive it in snow. It's an all-wheel drive, and that's the only time that I can drift the damn thing, and it's so utterly controllable. It's
almost
insane
no
how
fun.
controllable it is when there's even a halfway decent snow on the ground. At a 45-degree angle. It's fun as hell, but not right at the moment.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's not a Beamer, but you really got to drive like a jackass to have any fun with my Subaru. So made sure I did that a little bit when I was out recently. But yeah, all-wheel drive. Sometimes it's you almost wish you could turn it off to play a little bit more, but low
Right.
speeds in the city and stuff. But yeah, so and it's obviously a different animal when you get playing with it versus front, rear, or even four-wheel drive in a sense. So depending on your all-wheel drive setup. But yeah, fun. So well, I'm glad it's still with you. Hopefully it's not not anything bad.
Now, no, it hasn't developed to be a money pit yet, other than my own change it simply because it's old affliction.
Right. Voluntarily doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
They're fun cars, man, but they're too rich for my blood. So everybody I know, a buddy of mine with an older Mercedes, even my son had a Beamer. It's all the same shit. When you get into those 10 plus years, they're fun till they're not. Everything costs a lot of damn money. So that's why, I was shocked his was running so well when he got it. He got a damn good deal. It ran for like a year.
You did the head gasket on your Subaru, right?
Not yet.
Oh,
yeah,
so
not yet.
anyway.
I mean, it's not bad. It's due, but it's nothing's wrong. But I should have done it by now.
You put some of that head gasket in a bottle in there, didn't you?
No, I would never touch that. So no, it's just by the numbers. It's factory recommended if it has factory gaskets on it. And the last time it was done and was at a dealership, they always throw factory gaskets on. And visually, I can tell it's a factory gasket. So I got a MLS, multiple steel layers to replace it with. So once I do it, in theory, I should get a longer period in between. But yeah, it is kind of an older Subaru thing. So, but no, all still well now. and it's just been so damn cold. To be honest with you, I've been lazy and not really driving it much. So I do need to get it done, though. Thanks for reminding me.
Well, I mean, Subarus in their own right, when you start hopping them up, can get pretty damn pricey in general too. But
Yeah,
uh, at least I'm not called a lesbian everywhere I drive. So
you got that on me. Yeah, you got that on me. So
Hey, Scotsman, these two guys are making us look bad. Everyone's going to think, okay, New York and wherever Allen's from. I mean, they're going to call them Yankees. They're driving BMWs and Subarus. Come on, man. What Toyota or Chevy? That's it.
I got a Chevy. It's just
Toyota, it's gotta
yeah,
be Toyota.
my Chevy is fine. It's just cost more to drive, basically, and it's got a little more natural AC going on with some rust and holes here and there. So it's
that's just lightning. That's just
right. Weight reduction. You don't need that shit.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yep. Who needs rocker panels? You don't need that shit.
As long as the door's shut, you're fine.
Right. You might have to lift up on it a little bit to shut it, but yeah.
I've got a 2010 with 100 and at this point 145,000 on it.
Okay. Yeah, mine's at 95 with like 390,000 on it.
Yeah.
And I'm in the north with no garage. But the son of a bitch runs.
You're too dang cheap for a freaking garage.
Yeah. You're right.
I might have y'all beat. I've got a 1976 with a 454 two-wheel drive and natural ventilation in the floorboards, and it's a 90s 454 that I put in there with barely any miles, so I got lucky on that one. So
you got the Flintstone model?
Yes, I do. Well, I wouldn't say Flintstone model. It's starting to get that way, but we don't have near the salt that Rob has up around his area.
Well, do they not have road signs and stop signs around your house, or?
Oh no, I've already got that figured out. There's just one spot on it that's starting to look a little Flintstone-y, but yeah, that's already been ordered, and that's going to get fixed this spring. So it's going to get turned into a nice truck, but for right now, it's just kind of my hot rod. I took it out earlier today when all the snow and everything came down, and having that fun we were all talking about. Couldn't put any of the power to the ground, but it sure was fun.
Yeah, Vanessa says 120 on her brother's Tacoma. 120 on a Tacoma is nothing. That's not even close to broken yet.
If it's a new Tacoma, that's doing pretty good. But if it's an old Tacoma, yeah, that's nothing.
Pop says 300 on a Toyota is a break-in period. That sounds about right to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not the new ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been following that.
Broke in until you say, eyeballs, antlers. Ah.
Yeah, apparently newer Tacomas are deer magnets.
Not just that, they've had a bunch of recalls, just like everybody else lately. But Toyota's had issues with the engines and I think the transmissions. The
23s on up, they've been having a lot of problems with the engines.
Yeah, guy I know got a new one. It's orange. I mean, it looks really nice. He likes it, but he had to wait. I don't know how long to get it. Months, because initially he got it and then they wanted it back for the recall, kept it for months, and then he finally got it back and he had another problem with it and it went back again. So basically it's been at the dealer more than what he's been driving the damn thing, and he's had it like a year now. They don't
Yeah,
make them like they used to. So that's
no,
unfortunately crossing all the brands.
they changed the engine that they were putting in the Tacomas when they went to the 23. They went to some fuel what the hell they call that? Like eco fucking bullshit engine.
Fuel management, like the
And
cylinder leaks and
whenever
shit.
they as soon as they went to that eco engine, they've had nothing but problems. And I believe that was the 23s. 23s and 24s have had recalls left, right, and center.
Even the Toyota cars have been some issues there. Same with Honda, which those used to be the all stars, Toyota and Honda for years, as far as cheapest to maintain and best reliability. Not every model, but certain models within them, obviously. But they're having issues. So I think they finally just kind of spread the cheese a little too thin, and things just aren't holding up anymore. Trying to, I don't know, get in there as cheap as possible. So, but my opinion, they only build in the last maybe 7 years, and they're expecting them to be in the junkyard. That's what they used to tell us. Now, with this new potential 96-month loan shit, like what is it, like 7 years, 8 years, something, 9 years? Friggin', that's crazy. Like these cars they're designed to be in the junkyard by the time you finish paying off your damn loan. So I don't know how that's gonna work for people.
Well, and that's the whole reason I put that 76 back together. Had one with a hurt motor in it out of a stock car, and motor was too good to get rid of, so I just pulled it out and found another motor, stuffed it in there, and I've been daily driving that one with the 454 in it, just to make sure everything was good, sound, and everything. Great oil pressure, runs like a top. Put some of my old big block stock car motor stuff on the top and the bottom end of it, and it's been a great runner. I mean, is it hard on fuel with the 454? Yes, but as far as reliability, been through it from tip to tail on it, and it's simple. I can still work on it, so pretty easy.
Yeah. You wanna get an older car. Don't be buying any new shit. They got way too much electronics in them.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think you got to be smart, find a decent older car, and expect to spend money. You can get a car, not too much. I mean, just throw a number out there. I don't know, $7,000, and then expect to throw $3-4 in it, because nothing used is ever perfect. They say it is, but there's always something you could fix. Whether it's a muffler, or shock, something. So go through the car, get it up to par, and you'll probably last a hell of a lot longer. You'll have less in it than you would, with a monthly payment for a year, plus your down payment, full coverage insurance. Within all that, you'll be able to have a car that you can drive for years. That's already got a proven track record. So I don't know. I don't get it. People are just pouring money down the drain. Like, it's literally, older cars are more dependable than newer cars. If you start looking at the numbers or look at these videos, all the Chevys are breaking down, the Tahoes, the trucks, everything's breaking down. Shit, every car I pass on the side of the road is newer than mine.
Yeah, that's the problem, dude. They've all got too much computers in them and all that. You start getting all that computer shit in there, everything just fucking fails, man.
Yep.
I'm with him. Pay cash, man. Even if you got to go a few states away to get something, you're better off. In my opinion, you'll get a better vehicle with that's already proven that the issues with. So this new shit is it's all a mystery. You're the guinea pig, and then you can make those payments while your vehicle sits at the dealer half the time. I mean, I'd lose my shit. There ain't no way. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, like the new Tacomas look freaking nice, dude. But they fucked up when they switched the engine, man. They should have never switched the engine.
Yeah, well, they made them so much bigger. I like the '90s Tacomas. I think those were like the nicest ones, personally. I I spent a lot of time in one of those on power lines and doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. And the truck was 100%, man, 100%. You couldn't kill that son of a bitch.
Yeah,
But it was a lot smaller. You could fit in areas. Now all the trucks like that Tacoma is almost the size as my full size Chevy from '95. Like side by side, shit is taller than my truck.
yeah.
You know, they keep making them bigger and bigger and bigger. So you know, that's I really, as long as the bed's big enough to use. I mean, it's a damn work. It's a truck. It's not a luxury vehicle. Sorry, I'm getting pissed, but it seems like they want everything to be a goddamn luxury vehicle with bells and whistles and shit. Well, what about regular America that just needs a regular work truck? You know,
It's not luxury when it's in the shop all the fucking time.
exactly. You don't need all those damn bells and whistles. I mean, you're just driving it to go to
Yep.
work half the time. Shit.
We need vehicles that are designed for men, not for people that have big long fingernails. Because I
Yeah.
mean, look at Jeeps. That's what they went to marketing to women.
Yeah, I think you're right there. You know, I like the aesthetics. Like you idiot. Like that's that's nothing.
I don't
Well,
need
you know,
carpet,
it's
just
like
a
people
plastic
who
mat.
it's like people who bitch about,
Something that I've been
oh, I got
talking a
the best.
lot about recently is it really honestly wasn't that long ago in the grand scheme of things. Um, but the Allies during World War II were absolutely amazed at how much equipment that the Americans had. And then the Germans were completely blown away at how much equipment the Americans had. And when the Germans finally got a hold of a GMC personnel carrier, just a body carrier, they went to go take this thing apart, and they could take the whole thing apart with like 3 wrenches. And they were mocking it because it was so simple and you could just bolt things on and off, and it was just that. But they fucking ran like there was no tomorrow. You can beat the shit out of it, and it would take no time at all to swap parts that did finally flip and break. It was the simplest thing under the sun, and we manufactured a shit ton of them in no time flat. And there's still some of these vehicles that are running in Germany, for goodness sake. Everything's got to be so up to date and modernized and everything else. A manufacturer could make $1 billion just in like a very short amount of time. They came out with the simplest vehicle under the sun. Put hand crank windows back in the son of a bitch. Make everything manual. Don't you, you're going to eliminate an entire generation of people that can't buy them because they don't know how to drive a manual transmission. But they're not going to know how to move the seat either because it's going to be manual as well. There's no reason at all to have like screens in vehicles.
That's going to take a lot of people off the road that shouldn't be on the road. So I'm okay with that.
Well, Toyota's got a truck out over in Asia that's like one of those under $20,000 trucks. You can get it set up with like 5-6 different bodies, you know, flat body, all types of stuff that you can get it with. And they were talking initially about maybe in America, but apparently they can't sell it in America because it would disrupt the American market, is what they say. So I don't think companies can make something that cheap. I mean, I guess Ford did the Maverick for supposed to be 20, but most people paid closer to 30 from what I hear, you know, not counting financing costs. But, you know, it seems like they're not willing to or something. I don't know. But, you know, if you could get a brand new truck, you know, Toyota with the older, what is it, E or whatever, the good engine. I can't think of the name of it right now, but yeah, I think that would sell, like he's saying. But all these other companies, they'd be hurting from it. So It seems like they're too worried
Yeah,
about
build
business and
something.
not the people, basically, is what I'm getting at, you know.
Well,
What
and
would be
going
good
back to
for
what,
I
us is cheap as
mean,
shit.
the Germans
yeah,
used the concept of the GMC trucks from the Americas that they reversed engineered. They used that concept to build Volkswagen buses and Beetles. Just as simple as it could possibly be and do the job that it needed to be done. And
yep,
the fact is when if it was more of a reliable vehicle at all, the Yugo made bank in the United States. It made a ton of freaking money because the thing was so cheap that people would just buy one, drive it until it blew up, and go buy another one, and they're still saving money.
Yep. I taught a girl how to drive in one of those. Obviously, they're stick, and they got like 12-inch tires, but it was still a good time.
yeah. Well, going back to what Alan was saying, there's a old saying, simplicity is the mother of all invention. And that's why I wanted to put that 76 square body back together, put a motor and everything in it, because no AC, heat, crank windows, bench seat, simple. And I have the parts literally sitting in my garage if I want to build another one. So,
Right. Yeah,
They want
keep
you
it
to.
simple, stupid. Keep it simple.
They don't
And
keep it simple on purpose because they want you to have to take it into the shop. They don't want you able to work on. They don't want you to be able to work on it by yourself.
yeah,
yep.
pretty soon they want us to just have a subscription for our car or something. You know what I mean? It's getting crazy. Your key fob you got to pay
Well,
for. With the new Toyotas, a lot of these cars where, when you first buy it new, it comes like a free package where it'll work for like a year. Then after that, your key fobs stop working, your seats don't heat up, you got to start paying monthly fees for everything. Shit, my daughter's telling me
Oh
about
yeah,
riding around with some of her
the
friends.
subscription based thing.
Some of my
That
daughter's friends are driving
subscription
around in
thing.
cars that the dashes don't even work because nobody can afford all the subscriptions. So they got these cars and that look cool, but none of this shit even works. It's because you got to pay for it. So it's like you got all this shit you're not even using to go wrong. It's just you're paying for it. Actually financing, paying extra for it. It's kind of retarded.
agreed.
They got to keep
Pop's
you in the trap,
question
man.
the Suzuki Samurai. Well, I mean, yeah, that thing was generally stripped down. You can get them with all the bells and whistles, but even at that time, they were still kind of outdated when they first came into the market. But they were half bomb proof. You could take those things almost anywhere, and not worry about it. Put your foot up against the radiator and just go.
Up the highway, careful on the exits. Because those sons of bitches want to tip, boys. I tell you something. I've driven one of those too.
Just to give another example of what Alan said, the Geo Tracker from Chevrolet. I mean,
Yep.
it built exactly about the exact same way. Especially if you got one with, most of them came out with manuals. There were some automatic options, but man, the farmers around here that still use those as getting in and out, doing all their pivot stuff. It's an overgrown four-wheeler that you can haul a bunch of stuff. I equate the Geo Tracker as the original side by side, because farmers would blow the doors off of those damn things and get rid of the shells or whatever they wanted to do, make them into tiny little pickups, put big swampers on them, and go. There you go, the original side by side, along with the Samurai.
Completely so. I totally agree. Those things became a lot of just like mules for
Yep.
tons of farmers.
Yep. Yeah, and then when well, about the same time, when you said mule, when Kawasaki came out with the mule and everything, and then Yamaha and Honda and everybody started following suit. Those were simple side by sides. 2-wheel drive, just had a bed on it, rollover cage on it, and that was about it. And I've got one of those, and I've got a high dollar one. But it is nice to have heat, especially during the wintertime in one of those. But at the same time, still pretty stripped down. John Deere Gator with just some heat and an enclosed cab.
I don't think those things are worth the money, man.
Well, for what we do with it, Rob, and as many miles as we go, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe for you in a sense. I had a friend that had one of those. Can't remember the model, but he got fooled because it looked like the regular or the one he tried. Or he got one that's less horsepower. But anyway, but it was all right. I mean, it's just a little dinky thing. I mean, and shit, he paid more for that, and I paid for my car that I've been driving for years. You know what I mean? It's just
right.
To me, I think that's freaking crazy, man. Like, some of these I've seen them 17, 21 grand. I mean, holy shit, man. That's
more than that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they probably are, but I mean, it's just like, that's to me, that's what happened to the $500 beater with a heater? I mean, shit, you buy a new one every year or two. You don't even have to put it on the road. I don't know, just crazy to me.
Well, and that is kind of a niche market to the farmers and stuff, the way they're built and everything. Especially I can testify to that. We've had this one with heat with an enclosed cab for 8 years, and still running strong.
Yeah, I remember shooting out of the minivan. That was freaking awesome, man. Yeah, we had a good time shooting out the minivan.
Yeah, shooting out that minivan there. That's when that I shot Ray's JP. That ruined it for me.
That's all they could talk about forever after that.
How many years until I finally got one? And it was worth
quite a few, but that's all you could ever talk about.
It's like, damn. Not so much for a Ray's shotgun. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Okay.
Well, we need to get videos out early to remind people and get people on board. We probably start about a month in advance and start getting some videos out to remind folks. Yeah, heck yeah, man. We need to make it the biggest, bestest, baddest one ever.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I want to get a hospital bed with wheels. And I'm going to have Scotsman pushing me around as I'm doing a 3-gun.
I think for this one, you know what? Hey, Pops, you know what? I've been wanting to get, and people are going to go, hold on a second. Wait, what? I've been wanting to get a Glock for the simple fact of destroying it. And I think this would be the perfect time to do it. The 250th anniversary and let freedom ring. Fuck yeah.
You can probably rent a hospital bed, depending on, maybe the church or something. You might be able to borrow one that somebody isn't using. Obviously, there's different types, and some of them are like 700 freaking pounds. So depending on what you're actually talking about, keep that in mind.
I've been down the whole road with the hospital beds quite a bit in the last 5 years. I've actually got a line on a couple of them.
Cool.
I just got to take a look to see if they got wheels on them or not, because that would make a good video.
Yeah, and what type of wheels too? Because if you got gravel on the range, that might be a problem. So, yeah, something to keep in mind, or maybe throw some. If you got some, 4x8 sheets or something, lay those down so you can roll the gurney on top of the stone.
I got a lot
Something.
of particle board 4x8s.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, you can pretty much buy or rent damn near anything nowadays. Yeah, wheelchair, crutches, all that shit you can order online. I know, in some states they don't really sell it much or whatever. You got to go through insurance companies. Others you can buy at the store, and then you can order damn near anything online. So, but obviously buying something for a prop, anything as far as medical, it could be a medical toothbrush and you're paying extra money. It's like boats, like, a tie down for a boat, it's like an extra $20. You know
Hey,
what I mean? So
Yep.
everything costs more money. So
Daniel, how do you feel about SIG right now?
If I ever get out to shoot this thing, but I can tell you what, it's a hammer gun. It's not that stupid striker fire. Yeah, Pops, I went out and I bought that, and 2 days later we had this terrible wind storm come through and it blew my roof off. I'm glad I got it when I did, because if I'd got it 2 days later or went in to get it 2 days later, I wouldn't have got it.
blew your roof off.
Yeah, the wind blew my shingles are 20 years plus old.
Oh, okay. So blew shingles off.
Yeah.
3 tabs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they only rated for, like, the good ones were 55 miles an hour, so that don't take much. A couple good storms, even with new 3 tabs, depending where you live. You live on a hill or something, don't even get the 3 tabs. Not now with architecturals out. So
yeah, I live on a hill.
yeah, that's a problem because hills always catch more wind. Yeah,
This roof getting put on here, it's not a 3 tab, and it's like got that 50-year shingle, and it's some kind of new shink kind of thing.
probably architectural then, yeah, which is they got 25, 30, 50. I think there's even a 75, but I call bullshit on that. It's all with the thickness of it. So, but should be a lot better. It takes a lot more wind. I think they're about 70, 75 mile an hour. They start around that range, and the heavier they are, the more they can hold. So each manufacturer's got a different rating. So I'm just giving you ballparks.
Well, if I was staying in the house, yeah, I would probably go with the metal roof, but I'm not. I'm doing this roof, turning this house over to the kids, and I'm going to be building another place. So
depending on your area, because I get into this a lot. I've done some metal roofs for about the same price as it would have cost to do shingles, but that's through like a certain distributor. It's not going down the Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. Everything cut to size. So I don't know. You know what I mean? You probably already into it, but you might be surprised because for the longest, metal was way more, and now the cost of shingles is raised up, and metal manufacturers you can kind of get a good deal sometimes looking around. So it's a lot closer in some areas. So it depends what you're doing, but in your local area. So, but don't, definitely compare both if you're considering it. So I like the metal because it's easy. I can get in and out on most jobs in a day, like, because metal goes down quick, for me. But you're doing big sections. Shingling, a perfect scenario with a helper, I can run like 3 square an hour. My fastest was 4, but I'm not going to do that every day. I'll be honest with you. But it's still quicker with metal for me in most situations. So metal's a sweet job. You might get a cheaper price because they're in and out, labor wise too. But again, it's all your area and who you're dealing with and what you can get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to get myself a place for a winter so I can snowbird it. Because this cold weather right now, at my age, it's like it's not after I got my deer killed. I don't need to be in the cold no more.
No, can't say as I blame you.
I'm ready to hit the lotto and be a snowbird or something myself. Not a fan of the snow. If it was up to me, it'd be 2 weeks Christmas to New Year's, and we'd be back to summer.
Wait a
You're
sec.
too cheap even to buy a lottery ticket.
I was going to say, you're too fucking cheap to buy a lottery ticket.
I am. I am.
You got to play to win.
Rob, what you need to do is go out and buy some silver.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good investment.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're putting in there.
Who is Slacker? He knows me, but he must not have been around for a long time because I'm trying to remember who he is.
That's he's had a couple of different names over the years. He's had to make a couple different names up because the last one got hacked.
Well, Chessboard says just to start a daycare, so.
Yeah.
Leering Center.
There you go.
Yeah.
You could even actually. Man, I was gonna say you could even actually like legitimately do the job and probably still make some money.
Yeah, there you go. It was Mad Sexy, Daniel.
Yeah, it's really funny. I had a buddy of mine go out to Arizona, and he was out there racing, and I was watching him out there live streaming, and there was a modified out there that was dressed up, and it had the Leering Center and everything on the side of his car with Tim Walz stuff on it. It was absolutely hilarious. It was. He sent me a picture of it, and I just about died laughing.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that it's this bad, but I think it's through all the states, man. I'm betting it's in everything that's got federal money and grants tied to it. I'm betting it's all across the board. Yeah. What do they do with all our tax money here? The roads are always screwed up. Everything. It's the same story everywhere. Basically, it seems to be where unless you're in one of them nice areas,
it's just
the normal
varying
stuff
layers.
in applesauce.
Yeah,
something's going on.
It's just varying layers on how corrupt your state is.
Right.
High is the corruption.
Those here they call it like Medicaid cabs or whatever. People that call in and go back and forth to the doctors. I know a lot of times they like don't pick you up and shit like that, and there's been problems. I've had to pick up people because the cab never shows back up, and it's all prepaid for through insurance. I'm betting they're all billing for all this type of shit and everything, even though they're not even doing half of it. It's horrible, man, because we pay for enough shit as it is. A lot of us aren't going through the best of times now, and you find out that all the damn money we do throw out there is just getting people are buying Porsches and shit with it. Like ain't even going for what it's for. It's horrible, man. Judges don't want to do nothing. The police don't want to do nothing. The damn governor over there, yeah. Like people say the Insurrection Act, like so horrible, but in this sense, I don't know how the hell else you're supposed to fix it. If the judges, of course, everybody's in on it, how else would you fix it? Not that I'm rooting for anything, but really, how would you fix it?
That's a damn good question that I don't think a lot of people have the answer to.
Yeah, I don't know what choices there really is. So sorry, I don't mean to bring the chat down or anything political shit. It's just I
Well,
I think that's the question of the day.
yeah. I- I'll put it this way: that there's definitely options, but how many people are going to like that option? If you catch my drift.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, at a certain point, if it's just straight lawlessness, I mean, they're
Yep.
supposed to do something, and if the government doesn't, then we, the people, are supposed to do something. So
The
you'd
problem
assume,
is, the problem is so many people are ingrained in the system. They just don't want to do anything. They're happy to sit there with their cell phones and play on fucking TikTok and whatever else bullshit they do, and so mully their way through life. As shitty as it is, they're happy to do it.
well,
You're
I don't
not
know.
wrong.
I'm forgetting this shit. Well, I'm forgetting the shit done. However it's got to get done, and now they're threatening calling National Guard in on people and shit. And I think this needs to just be squashed, man. It's gonna piss some people off, but it's better to deal with that than have a death by 1,000 cuts. In my opinion, just get it
Yep.
over with.
Hey, you got a messed up government when your attorney general won't even go in and press charges against these people having a demonstration on private property in a church and disrupting that service. I mean, yeah, you trespass them out. Hey, they got to leave. They don't leave, you can citizen arrest them, tackle them, zip tie them, and just if the cops don't show, you just got to handle business and hope you got good insurance.
And a damn good attorney, because most of these places it's going on is where it's they keep letting them out of jail. So you're gonna be the bad guy.
Oh, they got to take it in the federal case because the attorney general for that state, he wouldn't file charges, so the federal had to go in and do the charges. So it's going to take a couple more weeks longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pop says, sit back, protect your own property,
Yep,
protect
that's
you and
it.
yours first.
Protect what's yours.
But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm on a church security team, and we have actually been dealing with this on a smaller scale the last 6 months or so. It hasn't been a whole bunch of them. It's usually one or two people at a time coming in.
Fire away, Pops. What you got, brother?
So, what's the problems that you've been having there, Fudd?
With people having obviously a problem with what's written in the Bible about men dressing as women, that type of thing. I mean, there's men and there's women. Simple as that.
Yeah. And nobody's forcing them to attend your church. So if they don't like it, they're free to go somewhere else because this is America.
Yeah. Find your own church that agrees with your opinion. Don't disrupt ours.
Yep. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of this stuff is everybody trying to force their opinions upon you.
Mhm.
I think that's people are crossing the line with that shit.
Yeah. Pops, that's a simple answer. They want them all over, man. They've been doing that for years, bringing them in on purpose. That's why they're paying all these people to run out there and protest and defend and cause trouble. Because all those protests are all paid for. It's why they have brand new picket signs and all kinds of shit. They're all bought and paid for.
Yeah.
They're getting paid to, I mean, a lot of these demonstrators, they are paid demonstrators to go around the country and do this stuff.
Wouldn't the
That
people that paid them be responsible for obstructing justice and
They
all this type
would,
of
but
thing?
nothing's gonna
Yeah,
happen to them because there's people like Soros and that, and they're just, they're too fucking
yeah.
rich to
okay,
for
then let's
anyone.
take it back at the people that are doing this that are getting paid. If you are getting paid to go in there and demonstrate, I don't see where the whole Fourth Amendment kicks in as far as your right to voice your opinion if you are being paid to voice someone else's opinion. Are
You
you
kind of
following
got a
what I'm
point
saying?
there. Yeah, yeah.
If you're getting
Kind of got
paid
a
to go
point
out
there.
there to be an agitator, you are a professional agitator. You're not out there to, voice your, Fourth
Hmm.
Amendment, your freedom of speech. You're being paid to go up and agitate.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And I'm sure whoever's funding this would be like, well, as soon as they step over the line, they're no longer employed for me. You know what I mean? Type thing too, and try to get out of it. But I don't think that would be a good excuse, because you're putting people in the way to begin with. So,
Yeah.
which in turn could be harm to an officer because they're busy dealing with you, and somebody runs up and attacks them from behind or something. You know what I mean? So technically, it's still a problem. To pay somebody to go be an asshole like that. I think.
Mhm.
Well,
The one guy they arrested at the church. Okay, that was on Sunday. There's video of him being apprehended and arrested on a previous Friday in another state. And here it is, he's already out of jail and going to Minneapolis and causing that problem at the church.
yeah, exactly. Well, I think Kyle put it down the best out there in the chat. The payees are just cannon fodder. They just, that they don't give a shit what happens to the people that they pay, as long as they're getting their message out. And it's like,
No,
if he gets thrown in jail, I can go buy 20 more.
Anytime one of them gets hurt, it's more for their cause.
Rob, are you looking this up right now? I mean, how to get paid to go out and agitate?
No, man. I try to avoid problems.
But you is so good at it.
He knows how to agitate. Now he's just got to figure out how to get paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I try to avoid most of that type of stuff. So, like, if that was going down in my town, I'm not going down and getting involved in that shit. So, if for some reason the community got together to go, like, well, actually, I don't even know. I don't know. I was gonna say if it got to the point where we had to, as a community, go down there and pull security so people could do their job, I would consider that.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to be the only guy down there,
When this
like
whole
I'm going to do
Antifa
something.
thing,
I'm
when
not
this whole
trying to get involved.
Antifa thing started, and the COOF and all that there, where they were forcing people to wear masks, there's this small restaurant called the Cattleman's that's in northern Ashland County. They had an employee there who had asthma, and she couldn't wear a mask because of health reasons. They brought in a school bus to go in there and basically cause problems there at that restaurant. This is small town. Okay. So do you see where this is going? The word got out and they had that bus surrounded with a whole lot of locals all carrying firearms. They wouldn't let them off the bus. And they also called the sheriff in, and the sheriff escorted the bus out of the county. That didn't make the news.
Yep. Nope. Because same thing happened down in I don't know where you're from, Fudd, or anything, but the same thing happened down in Texas. They tried dropping off a bunch of protesters down that way. Exact same thing happened. And they were like, no, You can kindly turn your bus around and you can go back home now.
Here they'd be like, "Oh,
Well,
you're
when I was a
harassing
young man,
people."
that was a long. When I was a
Go
young
ahead,
man, that
Ed.
was a very, very long time ago. But when I was a young man, I thought for sure that I was going to marry a Mexican gal. I thought for sure I was going to marry a Mexican gal, and to this day, I think that if I did, ICE would be solving more of the problems in my life than they are now. Hopefully.
So why did you think you were going to marry a Mexican girl?
I don't know. I just had a thing for Mexican girls. I just did.
Yeah, to
What's to
think.
say she wouldn't be legal, man?
You got to
Maybe she
think
came
for.
in, did it the right way, and then you met her, and she drives a Beamer too, and she's like, "Do you want to?"
Oh,
And
I'm not into those kind of Mexican girls. I like the Mexican girls that you worry about falling asleep next to her because she might stab you.
oh, oh yeah, you like the trouble girl. Yeah, you're brave, man. You're brave. The crazy ones are fun, but that's only if you manage to get away.
I find it very entertaining that we had Clinton that was pushing for deporting illegals. We had Obama that was pushing for deporting illegals. And now that Trump's doing it, there's all this resistance because Trump is actually getting it done in obvious sight. Now, Obama was getting it done in much larger numbers, believe it or not, except it wasn't it was being all hush hushed about. They were making it happen and deporting people that came into the country illegally, but were keeping it on the down low.
Well, that's
Um,
because the media is in the Democratic Party's pocket.
And
Orange
they
man
didn't want,
bad.
and they
That's
just
all it
didn't
is.
want to make it look like that Obama was this bad guy. And that's what the American citizens have been telling the government to do. They're criminals by nature. They came into the country illegally. There's ways to do it legally. Get the fuck out. And if you want to come back, do it the legal way.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, you know, with the way things are going and how Trump's handling this. I gotta say, I'd honestly like to see a little bit more going down, especially with this governor talking about, pulling his National Guard out against federal agents and shit.
Oh,
I
he
mean,
did. They called him
uh,
up.
well, call them up. Fuck, I want to see him roll in there and drag his ass the hell out. I mean, if Trump's the dude I would like him to be, this ain't gonna be a thing for long, man. I don't know how long, in a sense, we can give excuses in some cases or whatever. It's like this the mentioning of the Insurrection Act to get shit done in there. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have been that upset the last time around over on January 6th when we all knew the shit was rigged. He knew it was rigged, but he just stepped away and let it go anyway. Like,
Oh
if
no, he
if
turned around. He won the election. Now it's just getting the evidence together so it holds up in court.
right, but
Hey, Rob,
where's the
Rob,
Nuremberg trial for screwing over the public and shit? You know what I mean? I want to see like some heads roll on this shit. Like,
you know what I
doesn't
want to
matter
see,
what
Rob?
side you're on, you should be able to trust the damn system. It
Rob,
doesn't
I
matter
want to
what
see
side.
what happened in Venezuela happen in Minnesota. I want Delta Force go in there,
Pretty much, yeah,
snatch
man.
horses on,
We're in the
and
same
perp
boat.
walk
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Thank you.
Let's fucking go, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
Get old tampon Tim out of there. But they could probably do it in under 20 minutes or less.
yeah. But seriously, you're right. But yeah,
Thank
let's
you.
get this shit handled. this is bullshit. It's in a way disrespectful. I mean, it's you're it's I don't know. It's so stupid. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just ridiculous, man. People are doing their job, rapists, murderers, all this shit. It's I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't.
Well, and I wonder if I got subpoenaed by my local city court to come in and testify about something, and I decided I just wasn't going to show up. Garen
What would
Flippin'
happen?
Teed, I know Garen Flippin' Teed, I would be sitting in the county clink, period. I would
Yep.
straight up be
Exactly.
warrant taken out. They would find my happy ass and lock my ass up.
Yeah, and
But
there's really no excuse because a subpoena can be written. Nowadays, it can probably be done by Skype or it can be in person. Like they're requesting your attendance, but it could be in different forms. So the most common that you think of is you're getting drawn, brought before them. But at the same time, so with that being said, if there was some health thing or whatever, they could have at least still made an appearance somehow, but. Yeah, they just flip the middle finger like, nah, and that's
Oh,
same thing like you said. We'd be in jail. There'd be a bench warrant out for our arrest.
OG23 thinks you're being paid by Mandami.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh no, man. Shit. Does that guy even pay people? Doesn't he say like things are gonna get better and then it ends up being worse? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's his thing. Yeah, he
Biggest-
don't pay
yeah,
nobody. Well, he
like
don't pay
government
nobody like me.
He pays himself.
state-run grocery stores.
Yeah. And the buses, they're going to go
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, free buses.
I found it hilarious with him that he was all saying all these different things, and then the minute he got elected, he's like, "Hey guys, I need you to donate to this fund to help me pay for this and help me pay for that." Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I think what he's doing.
Begging for money.
I think what he's doing with the housing is horrible because
He's a more communistic version of Gavin Newsom.
yeah.
When
Some
are you
people
getting
might
out?
not. I was gonna say some people might not realize, but there's like a rent cap in New York City. It's not everywhere, but basically, whenever you rent a place, whatever the rent is, it'll stay that until ever. You might die and your grandkid takes over the apartment and the rent stays the same. People fight over apartments. They try to get, everybody wants the apartment from the old lady that's lived there forever because of the rent. Like it's that big of a deal. You can pay 3 times as much in another apartment that was just rented. But anyway, with that being said, in those buildings, those landlords are kind of screwed, man. Like taxes keep going up. I don't know if the city gives them some type of break for that, but basically squeezing these landlords that probably ain't even making money, in some cases. Now, I'm sure there's some that make money and just are shitbags, slumlords or whatever. But with some of these buildings, I mean, you're talking huge, like to do anything, replace new faucets, it's like $1 million. There's so many damn apartments. Some of these places, they haven't been allowed to charge normal rents in forever. So it's kind of shitty that he goes in, points out a few things, and now they're just going to take over your building.
Good seeing you, buddy.
It's kind of crazy shit that they're doing over there in New York City. So, and they're basically coming right out talking about we got to take the wealth from the white people. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how the hell he got in there. To be honest with you.
I mean, like any
People
good
want free
communist,
shit.
probably out there sucking some dick to get the job, and getting on the knees and doing what he had to do. I guess, who knows?
You swore in on a Quran We should have shot you right there. Well, maybe not shot you, but we should have dragged you out right there, yo. I'm sorry, but it's America.
That right there says it's not legal and binding.
Yeah.
Not swearing in the Bible.
Well, and this whole concept of his, this whole concept of his of the state-run food control. Henry Kissinger is the one that said you control the food and you control the people. In New York City, there's already so much gun control. The only other factor in controlling people is medical. And so how often is the medical already controlled? Medical's almost already completely controlled in the United States as it is. But those are the three factors. You take away their medical, you take away their food, and you take away their way to defend themselves, and you've got absolute complete ruling over those people.
All you got to do is wave some free stuff around that you don't even have to give them.
Yep. Just like every other politician promising that they'll do this when they get in, when they don't have the actual authority to actually do.
How many of you guys got a free house from Obama?
Daniel's got to jump off, but Daniel, good seeing you, brother. You have a good night, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. Everybody in the side chat, I've had fun tonight, but I can only take so much fun. Peace out.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah, brother. Have a good one.
Thanks. Now, where's the OFF button? It's so long.
Oh, I call it the FO
Zero
button.
FF.
Yeah. The fuck off button. Yeah, well, definitely a spirited and interesting conversations tonight, but we're all just saying what needs to be said out loud.
That's exactly it, man.
And yes, we preach to the choir a lot here, but I mean, it kind of is what it is. Birds of a feather, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting considering I can't speak for any of the other guys, but I haven't talked to anybody here since last week or 2 weeks ago. And it seems like we're all in a different place, maybe a different demographic, however you want to put it. But we're still all come to basically the same damn conclusions. So, I mean, it's got to be a fairly common thing, I would think. I don't know. Hopefully the numbers are just getting blown up on TV, is what I'm getting at, I guess. So, and the general people, aren't that stupid. I don't know how to put it.
Unfortunately, that's the problem. The people are fucking stupid. And that's exactly the problem. They're too happy to be doing their mediocre bullshit. As long as they've got their phone, their iPads, their Game Cubes, or whatever the hell game consoles are called these days, they're happy. They're happy in their own little fucking world. They don't know or care what's going on with anything else. And by the time they actually realize what the fuck's going on, it's going to be too bloody late.
Well, I find it interesting in my area. Every now and then, I actually find it slightly comical. We'll have 8 or 10 people standing on one of the main street corners, holding up signs and trying to get people to honk and stuff. And it's always some whacked thing that they're protesting. They want to shut down ICE, we'll just say. They want to shut down ICE, and there's like 8 or 10 people there, and it looks like some of the people from the local car show, just like a bunch of old bastards and 2 young kids. For some oddball reason in my area, the demographic seems to be a lot of the retirees are a lot more left-leaning, like extremely left-leaning, than anything else. And I find it rather amusing because of where I live. And it's there's a lot of farmers out here. None of the farmers are for any of that horse shit. So, these are people that, you probably came and moved into the area because it was cheaper to buy a retirement house. But
You're not wrong.
Then there's always like two teenagers that, they don't think for themselves. They're just told what to think.
You're not wrong. It's kind of the same way out here too, Alan. You'll get some people that go to retire and they'll retire to an old farmhouse or something like that. And it's just like they believe everything that's on the media because they watch ABC or, give your 3-letter out there. And we have that every once in a while, even in our small town, which is only about 1,500 people. And I actually talked to the sheriff because he is actually a friend of mine and most of the deputies. I was like, hey, at just some point in time, can I just go out there and, I know it's within my legal rights, but I just want to give you guys a heads up. Can I just go out there and stand out there with a sign saying, give us more 2A rights or something like that? And he goes, he says, I don't have a problem with it. He goes, it's your right. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, sometime if I see too many of the other people, I'm going to have to oppose and go on the other side. And just, not be an asshole about it. I'll be prim, I'll be proper about it. And just go out there and protest nicely, because I'm not like the left. And just respect the process, take that how you will. But
You should, Pat.
Yep.
Obviously, respectfully, not in a bad manner. Don't get yourself in trouble, but go out there and metaphorically.
Don't take your car out there and try to run someone over that's
Yeah.
trying to do the job.
Yeah. Metaphorically smack them in the head.
No. You got it all wrong. What you do is you make a sign that agrees with what they're saying, but go out there and join them wearing nothing but a banana hammock. And just be all ecstatic about it, and be just like completely animated.
Get them doubting their side, yeah.
If you really want to shine them on, put in one of those electric butt plugs. So that way you blink when you go back and forth. Sorry, you really look like a fucking weirdo.
Kind of.
I knew that would get you guys.
Just a banana hammock, some Birkenstocks, and a light up butt plug.
Okay.
Janice Gay's getting excited.
Can I bring up something that might be a little sensitive?
Go for it. We're already past that point.
All right. Maybe it's just me or I'm just noticing it today, but there's something I've noticed in common. Like, when you picture the typical Karen, the typical Ken, you get a vision in your mind, and I think most people would call that a Caucasian vision. You know what I mean? So we'll say white, whatever. And Black Lives Matter, when they were out here, I was in some little ass town driving through. It's all a bunch of white people, even a Chinese lady out there. I think there was one black kid out of like 20 people. And, they're all looking at me, hoping I'm going to honk, and I'm just shaking my head at them like, oh, what a disgrace, but it's the same. It seems like with the ICE people, like, seems like, I'm not trying to bring any kind of color or race in anything. Cause black people, you could be responsible for all types of bad shit by the numbers statistic wise, but it does seem like the majority of these damn people out there are white people just out there causing shit. causing trouble. So is there something with that? I mean, is it something to do with the numbers? You would assume it would be immigrants down there, legal immigrants, but the legal immigrants are on our goddamn side with it. It's like it's always somebody else speaking up for somebody else. Like, if the people in question aren't speaking up, the hell are you doing speaking up? You got no guilt to be out there doing shit for me. I didn't ask you to do nothing like that. You know what I mean? The same type of like, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Why do people take it upon themselves to get into other shit?
Well, again, they're all paid for, man. That's the thing of it. The majority. Let me clarify. The majority, probably like 90% of it's all paid for.
And the rest of them are just fucking brainwashed.
Yeah.
Exactly. We got those in every color and race too. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And and like what you were saying, I don't understand why other people are standing up for other people for another cause.
Right. Trying to speak for another group. Yeah, like that group can speak for itself. It's
like, unless you're that group, do you really have a full understanding of what's going on, how they've been treated, how everything's gone down, legal, emotionally, everything? And you're not wrong. And it's white people. It's like, do you even fully comprehend what you're going out and doing, you fucking morons? Because you don't. Because you're just out there, well, fuck you, that you did that, but did, and then you're just like, but just like the church deal. Just like the church deal where two of the gals finally got arrested. Everything that we were talking about earlier. And it's like, can you see the difference going on here, people? Or not? You need to go do your research. You need to dive into it deeper. And 9 times out of 10, when I go and look at something, it's like, okay, is this BS? Especially when it's coming from mainstream media? Or do I need to go into it deeper? Look at everything that's going on. And for God's sakes, look at both sides, people. Because the side that we're on versus the side that they're on and everything isn't always right either. You have to keep that in mind. It's just because you think you're on the right side, you need to look at it deeper. It's not just a one-sided thing. Look at both sides.
Yeah, I don't know where all the passion comes from to speak up for other people. I mean, you see this in some of these videos where people go around like, well, will you take a few Somalis into your home? And they're like, no, like, I can't do, they're like, well, wait a minute. Like, or the same thing with the illegals and stuff like that. They're all for it until you ask them to take somebody. And then they don't want to talk no more. It's like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, you can switch the topic to, Palestine, Israel, whatever the hell it is. It just seems like a lot of people that don't got no, real reference from the area are speaking up for other damn people. In some cases, they're rooting for people that would literally stone you to death or hang you. It makes no sense. It's like,
and like you said,
like for me, either place, they don't like black people. So I'm not rooting for either one. That's just me.
Yeah, no, and like you said a little bit ago, those that came here legally, like myself, man, we're all for it. Get these fuckers out of here, dude.
And that's what most of the exactly.
It pisses me off to no end. They're here.
Yeah.
Well, why do you got to do it the right way, and they come in the wrong way and still get rewarded for it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
They get handed a fucking driver's license. They get handed this, that, the other. Thousands of dollars and all the rest of this other shit. Put up in fucking fancy hotels and whatever it may be. Yeah.
You had to pay money. They got money for free. Yeah,
Exactly, man.
Right.
yeah, I'd be pissed too.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, between you, MacMan, and somebody else that will remain unnamed because they don't want to be put on the internet that I know personally, it's like they did all the paperwork. They came through here legally. They did it right. Did it take some time? Yes. But it should. It should take some time, not just like, oh, here you are. Come on in. Here's the express lane, 10 items or less. No, fuck that.
See, I think we should go a little more and and get a little more selective too. I'm not saying we don't help out just regular decent people, but we don't have to take all the world's trash. We'll say, the convicts, felon, whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense in some cases. We want productive people that want the American way of life, not people that want a free ride and then want to make it like it was back home. Like I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's the thing of it. Like, if you're coming here for a free ride, what the fuck? You shouldn't be coming here for a free ride. That's not how it works, man.
Yeah.
You want to come here and better yourself. That's great. I'm all for it. Come here to better yourself. But get your ass out there, fucking go bust your ass, do some bloody work, and do the fucking paperwork. Do it right.
And I will state, I've worked with a lot of immigrants. I don't know questionable status, and I will say some of them bust their ass, man. Like I've even tried to get a couple guys a raise, but their employer just pays Mexicans a certain amount. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad. It's fucked up. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? But some of these people, man, they bust their ass. So I really we can use people like that. Just do it the right way. Like
Yep.
Scott was saying, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's good and bad with everybody in a sense, and I do have some reservations when it comes to certain fractions of religion that just think it's okay to kill anybody that isn't like them. I got a problem with that shit, but that's different.
Chessboard, Omar needs to be fucking put on a fucking noose. Fucking cunt bitch.
Well, can't say that I disagree with that.
I'm sorry. Was that a little too graphic there?
No,
I could go a little further. I was being nice. That was being nice.
No.
I really.
My left brain was going, yes, and my right brain's going, well,
that's being nice. I really kind of want a little bit more than that. But
yeah, I know you did.
A nice version.
I know you did. But we all catch your drift. We'll just leave it at that.
Everything on this show is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck YouTube and your fucking clauses and all this other bullshit. Shove it up your ass.
I tried to help.
This is America. We get to say whatever the fuck we want.
And drink whatever the fuck we want.
All these illegal motherfuckers get to, so why the fuck shouldn't we, right?
Yep, I'm properly wound up now.
So on the subject of Greenland, there's been this striving deal to acquire Greenland as part of America, and apparently there's a big giant sect of Americans out there that think that this is a new concept. If you think this is a new concept, I would actually trouble you to actually look back in history, because we've been trying to acquire Greenland for well over 100 years, if not longer. This is nothing new. We made the Louisiana purchase, we purchased Alaska, we purchased the Virgin Islands. This is not something new that haven't done. Matter of fact, a couple of former presidents, way back with Taft and a few others, have always been trying to acquire Greenland. That's why we have such a military standing in Greenland, is because we couldn't quite come to a deal with Denmark to purchase Greenland. I understand the main purpose, the big picture of acquiring Greenland into the United States. Do you guys think that it's something that we need to further this venture on and go ahead and acquire Greenland, or
So for
should
those
this effort that
that
the United States has been making for nearly 150 years just be put to sleep?
so for those that aren't understanding why the big push to try and acquire Greenland, and they've been, like Alan said, they've been trying to do this for around 100 years or so, maybe even longer. Big push for it is because of all the minerals. That they're a very mineral rich country, um, and that's why that's one of the big pushes for it. Um, Personally, I think we got bigger shit to worry about, but when does that ever matter? They're always going to do what they're going to do anyway. They keep saying they're trying to get you more money, tax money back, and this, that, the other bullshit, and all the rest of it. And trust me, when you get your taxes, you're going to be disappointed because it's not going to happen. They just keep lying to you left, right, and center. It's what they do best.
I'm kind of for it. I mean, I don't want to forcibly take it. Looking back in my research, there's been problems in Greenland before. That's when we actually got a base there. From my understanding, we went and kind of flushed the place out and basically handed it back over to the Dutch. So now I don't know, again, all the history or whatnot to that, but
through World War II.
Yeah, we basically have free roam of the place already. Now, because the Dutch have supported us, through these last string of wars, they're small, or Danish, I keep saying Dutch, whatever, but they still, or Denmark, I should say, whatever, Denmark, because Denmark's, sent troops, Iraq, Afghanistan, all this shit. They've gotten dirty with us, for their numbers and size, which is nothing compared to ours. But we've worked with them good. We handed it back over to them. For us just to take it, it's kind of a dick move. Obviously, buying it would be better in the public eye, but they don't seem to want to sell. But despite the minerals that are opening up, I don't know, 7,000 football fields every year or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but basically it's going to be a lot easier to work with the minerals. But China and Russia have also been trying to stake some claims there. And on top of that, there's the Northern Sea Passage, which has been something that nobody can really get through. And now with, climate change, whatever you want to call it, it's opening up a lot more, and could save basically a lot of time in some areas as far as moving things around. So from my understanding, we kind of, want to have control of that area, considering it is so close to us, which strategically makes sense. And then you jump back to the minerals. Would we rather China has both the largest sources in the world that we know of, those rare earth minerals, or would we like to have one? Kind of seems like we don't really have a choice in one way or another. I think those minerals are ours. How we go about getting them is going to be a different story. Again, I don't like us to just force it out of them, but I can get the pressure. I mean, if it comes down to it, we're not going to let China or Russia take it. So you can work with us and we can pay your stipend like Denmark, and actually put stuff into your infrastructure here to make it profitable, or eventually we're going to come in and probably be forced to take it. So that's at least the picture I got. Again, I don't like, you know, buying something's different than just taking it. You know what I mean? I think there's a difference, especially when people have been decent and they've worked with it. So I don't know. You know, it's kind of one of them things. But if it comes down to China or Russia getting it, uh, then I say we got to take it. So just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong on that, Rob, because at least since World War II, I'll put it this way, because I just watched a deal on this a couple days ago. Since all the Greenland deal stuff has been flying around, at least since World War II, when we fought to get it back and put our stations and everything there to get our bombers and everything and leapfrog over to England to do all that and everything, because that was a big refueling spot for the bombers and fighter planes, what have you, getting over to England and all that. Yeah, we've helped them out a significant amount since then, and we've always had bases and stuff there and everything. And from my understanding, 2 days ago, that they did reach an agreement on the minerals and everything.
Cool. That's something. I mean, that's
So
half the
that's
battle.
yeah, and you're not wrong. That is half the battle. Coming, at least sitting down, coming to an agreement, and put pen to paper and everything on that. So, but all the information that I've been getting, not from big media because they're never going to cover this, but everything from external sources has said that they have reached an agreement. And we won't outright own it, but at the same time, we will have more of a majority stake in what happens over there, because you got to remember, a lot of those countries like Canada, Denmark, and a lot of other little countries and stuff, who do they depend on for the military to bail their ass out if something goes wrong in their country? The United States of America. Because Canada right now couldn't fight themselves out of a wet paper sack right
No,
now
that's
with
basically what
the amount.
Canada is. Canada
Yeah,
basically is a wet paper sack.
yeah, because if they got into trouble right now, you know what their prime minister said? Wait for America to save you.
Waiting for America to save.
So
That's
surprising.
basically, and that's what even their military, because I know a gal up there that used to be in the military up there, and that was their whole plan, even back in 2016, was if we ever have too big a trouble, especially with after COVID and everything, and they got wiped out up there. They were like, they didn't have enough jets, they didn't have enough ships, they didn't have enough this, that, and the other thing, and set in their ports and everything. There's like, oh, well, just cover your head and wait for the Americans to save us.
Well, they're
This
tiny.
was,
When you think,
oh, yeah,
yeah, the population, most of the major cities aren't far from our borders. That's why,
hmm
people have been talking about, well, Canada's letting, China train and they're going to invade. And I'm like, I think Canada would be on the phone real quick with us because we're not the neighbors that have pissed off. You know what I mean? So,
exactly,
I think
Well,
exactly.
that would be a problem.
all the rare earth minerals and stuff, and yeah, they do have it up there. It hadn't been the main focus for acquiring Greenland. The United States actually started trying to acquire Greenland in 1867.
Hmm.
So
Thank you, Alan.
we're talking when these rare earth minerals weren't even a thing. It just wasn't even a thing. It's a strategic, it's it's geography, like the main United States is not very easy to attack. And so it will also be a big part of a defensive shield for as the United States. And so, even just military wise, strategic wise, it's always been part of a much bigger picture in being able to defend our territory.
Right. And that was just one small part I was covering, Alan. And you're definitely filling in good on the rest of it too. So go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, the the thing that really gets me is the mainstream media is really pushing this whole goddamn thing that this is just a Trump thing, blah blah blah. If you actually look at your history books, the mass majority of the presidents that have tried to go after Greenland have been Democrats, trying to acquire that land. I'm not saying all of them, but a mass majority of them have been Democrats. It has been a mix. It's not Democrat Republican.
Well,
It's
the big problem with Trump is Trump likes to do everything out in the open, and so everything is right there, and the media jumps all over it and spins it however they want to spin it.
Yep.
I think that's a good thing. Like with Venezuela, I'd rather it did go down the way it did. I mean, it's more respectful to punch somebody in the face than to sucker punch them. That's just to me, personally. But so I like that. But I don't know if it's always 100% true. Uh, but yeah, on top of all that, there's probably still other shit that we don't even really know about. Because when you think of research purposes, things like that too, who knows what other purposes could be, in mind with Greenland or whatever as well, or what some of our bases could be doing or whatever. There's probably other shit as well that we don't even know to consider.
Right. And there might be more behind the scenes stuff that we don't know about.
Basically, yeah. Besides all
Yeah.
the obvious stuff, and if it
Right.
in the end, if it comes down to there's only so many piles of these rare minerals on Earth that we're aware of, and we know for a fact that China's owns the biggest one, and we technically don't have one. Then we can't let them get it. Yeah, that's just what it is. Whatever it is. So it comes down to that. So I'm glad we were able to work something out. Obviously, that Northern Passage or Seaway or whatever, that's probably going to be an issue too. And that would probably piggyback on just the whole defense side of things. So,
well, yeah, and
hopefully.
that's going to be that is a big part of that whole big picture. Because the fact of the matter is that's a main shipping lane. So being able to move commodities, including military equipment and personnel, it needs to be controlled. That's a big part of strategic defense, and so that's needs to be understood by people, and people just don't understand that Trump is playing the long game. He is literally doing it for America. This has nothing at all to do with Venezuela, for goodness sake. We don't need their damn oil. Their oil was getting funneled to China and Iran and even servicing parts of Russia. China had
Don't forget Cuba.
45-day lead time with the amount of oil reserves that they were getting out of Venezuela. They were the main purchaser of the oil that was coming out of Venezuela at rock bottom, cheap, damn priced barrels. Like totally just basically stealing the shit. Well, without that oil supply, they can operate in an approximate 15 to 20-day period when it comes to a multi-continental war. It's strategy, it's self-defense strategy, it's long-term strategy. And it wasn't about the United States taking the oil. It wasn't about it did hit a few different factions of things. Yeah, tons of drugs were coming in from Venezuela. That's a very valid point. The country was completely and entirely corrupt and being run by cartels, being run by a dictator that, yeah, at one point he was elected a president, but then he just decided, I'm never going to leave again. The same thing that the left is trying to portray Trump to be. Not nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. You can even ask AIs if Trump is a dictator, and it'll laugh at you almost.
Thing about Venezuela too is Obama's the one that put him on the terrorist list or whatever, narco whatever list they had going on. And then Biden came in and he threw a 25 million bounty on the guy. And then Trump came in and he threw a 50 million dollar bounty. And then Maduro's dumbass got on TV and started talking shit. So Trump was like, okay, you know what I mean? So, so really,
right here, you cowards.
this all started, Obama started this shit, if you want to take it back, you know what I mean? And Biden was on board, but because Trump did something, now it's a problem, but that's just that whole derangement shit. And I don't think Trump's an angel. Like, as I pointed out before, I'm really hoping to see a lot more, but, at the same time, that's just like they're pissed off about. It's just like the same shit with the border. Clinton, all them, close the border, close the border. We go to close the border and you're horrible. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any damn sense. It's the same shit their side was trying to do so many years ago. So yeah, a lot of it's just kind of crazy. But yeah, now as far as, is it going to get better in Venezuela? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of back and forth reports. Reporters were getting snatched up and shit. I think it's still crooked over there, but it might be crooked and working with our side. And if we're honest, we deal with a lot of crooked ass people. So, it shouldn't be anything really that bad. I mean, well, we won't even get into what the CIA does. It's known. I mean, but
95% of the government's fucking crooked.
Yeah, the bad guys were always our guy until they stop playing ball in some form or manner, and then they get dragged out in the street and burned, even if they were good for their people in some cases. But that's just how it goes. But so we're probably not angels in this. But again, Trump didn't even start this shit. Obama did. So I don't. Trump just actually made something happen. So I don't know. I don't know why people are so pissed all the time.
Wow, I think they're just pissed because he's actually doing something instead of talking about something.
Yeah.
And who hates? Oh my God, who hates a politician worse than somebody that says they're actually going to do something and they do it?
Well, you got to remember that the Democrats and the media started driving all this up when he ran for his first term.
Mm-hmm.
And started making up all the lies of Russia and all the other bullshit. And so, that whole Trump derangement syndrome has been a thing for a hot minute. And,
Agreed.
All these fucking little sheep just follow along and go, oh yeah, he's so bad. He's so bad. Again, I'm with Rob. Do I think he's the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread? Hell no. He's a fucking politician. whether you like it or not, he's a politician, and I don't like fucking politicians. They fucking suck. They all lie out their ass, and there's a lot of things that should have been done that he said he was going to do that he still hasn't done. You take the Second Amendment, for example, the Second Amendment, and they said they were going to do all kinds of stuff on day one, and here we are, and still hasn't happened.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if he was actually throwing everything he had at these major issues, and if he gave it all he had and couldn't get it, at least you could respect him for that. You know what I mean? But to just throw a punch and then don't do nothing, now we're wondering, are you folding? Is it bullshit? Well, everybody's blocking me. Well, it didn't look like you fought too hard. Like, I want to see you going all out. Like, I want to see a pissed off old man up there banging on the goddamn podium.
Right.
Let's get some shit done.
And, things like the deficit and all the rest of it. He's saying he's bringing all these trillions and trillions of dollars in from tariffs and all the other shit. Where's the receipts?
Yeah, all this Doge shit. Where's the head rolling?
The fucking receipts.
Come on, man.
Show me where you're paying my fucking the fucking debt off that was supposedly we all have. Show me all this fucking shit. I want to see it.
Yep. There's only you got to be able to give the receipts. You got to be able to give the receipts on it, especially when it comes to the American people. We're all of us, especially in this group, out in the panel, it doesn't matter. You got to be able to show the work. Show the work.
Yep. They keep tossing numbers out there, but I still haven't seen a single receipt. I still haven't seen a single proof of evidence that we're actually getting this money. I've never seen a single piece of evidence that anything's gone towards the debt, because guess what? The debt's still going up.
What pisses me off is that housing shit. I mean, you're going to fix housing by making it so, you got a 50-year mortgage? I mean, are you shitting me? Like, doesn't the average person die at 70-something? So how young would you be buying that house? You're probably going to be dead before you ever even pay it off. So it's like, it makes no goddamn sense. Like, if you want things to be easier, make housing more affordable by lowering the goddamn price of these OSB and vinyl siding houses that aren't worth it to begin with. Lower the damn price.
It's not about making them lower or easier. It's about keeping you in the system and putting you more into the system.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I mean, if you can't afford it on 30, you can't afford it on 50. I mean, you're paying more in the end because you got 20 more years of freaking payments. Like,
on paper, that little payment they're showing you makes you think you can.
Yeah,
more interest. More interest to the bank.
I think it's an insult to the average person's intelligence, because it's not any better. Like, better would be the house costs less to begin with. That would be better.
Same thing with trucks and cars and shit, man. The interest rates are skyrocketing. The fucking truck prices are ridiculously high. I mean, no, they're not worth anything of what they're fucking charging for them. That's for sure. And when you go in these places, the first words out of their mouth, well, what kind of payment are you trying to stay around? Dude, I don't care about the payment. I care about when I want to pay for the fucking thing out the door. That's it. I don't care about the fucking payment. I'll figure the payment out. If I was worried about a payment, I wouldn't be walking in trying to get a fucking truck.
Well, now with that 50 years, I know you're talking cars. I'm back on housing. But you can swap that mortgage over to a new house. Like, you can, it's how they're trying to do it. So basically, it's going to ensure that you never actually own shit. So therefore, when you want to retire or this, you got nothing. You got a payment. You don't own shit.
Yep. You have actual no collateral. into your house or anything because you're still paying
Exactly.
on it, and it
The only,
just it's
the only thing you can
BS.
pass to your kids is a bill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I do not want to leave my kids, just like my dad, his dad before him, and his dad before him. You know, I don't want to leave my kids a bunch of freaking debt. I want to be able to, for them to, just like what they've done for the last 5, 6 generations now, is pass the torch over and go, here it is. This is yours to run. Run it responsibly. Go forth and make it even better than what I did. That's all we want for our kids in the end, is
Yeah.
to be able to pass the torch off and be like, here it is.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
done with
and
it.
the only reason
It's
I brought
yours,
up
and go.
the
Run with it.
only reason I brought up like cars and that was because now they're offering like 86 months and all the rest of it. It's just getting ridiculous how much time they're offering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that's the same thing. I think that was put up by Trump or Trump's people, from my understanding. I know the housing was, and then I think the cars bounced off right after that with it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's something I'm not thrilled about because I assume a lot of people that own, it's like the NFA. If you bought in high, you never want to see it go low because you're going to lose value. So all these people that have got $400,000 houses or whatever the hell the average house is, if it turns out next month it drops back down to 200,000, they just lost 200 grand. So they're going to be pissed. So, all the people that are already in it with the money will never let it change, basically. And, Trump's a
Yep.
money guy. So
Yep.
kind of shitty.
Yep. Real estate money guy.
Yep.
Which, that's where he came from. So don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
So same hand is like, okay, yeah, I can kind of see that because that's the industry that he came from, was real estate and building and all that. But at the same time, it's like, if it keeps building at this rate, it can't keep up because
Yeah.
nobody's going to be able to afford squat.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's like like we were stating there with that Trump did make his money on that. He owns, to my knowledge, a bunch of properties, so he would
Oh yeah,
personally be losing money too. It would be better for the people, but not better for necessarily his pocket or the
right.
upper percent's pocket. You know what I mean? So that right there kind of shows you something, which ain't a damn good thing. It's really not.
Right.
Right, because the average person can understand, with like me, farmer rancher, property tax, interest rates, uh, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and you keep seeing all this stuff keep going up, and unless you keep it, which I'm kind of happily fortunate, being generational in land, cattle, and all this stuff, you know, trying to be able to pass that torch off to the next person, you know, and then you got the death tax and you got the inheritance tax and all this other bullshit on top of it. And it's like, you're just making it harder for people to be able to acquire and continue a business like mine. I'm just talking my business. I'm not talking about anybody else's business. Trying to acquire and keep a hold of that business as a smaller rancher farmer and everything, and keep going. You're just making it harder on the next generation coming up, trying to be able to
Mhm.
afford all this shit.
The wealth gap is bigger now. They
Yes,
got
it is.
bigger span to jump. All of us from the middle class. Like you could say there's really middle class. I don't know if that's really as much of a thing anymore, but it's getting to the point of the haves and the have-nots in some cases. So it's pretty shitty. And then your kid, my kids, can they go out and buy a house? Mine can't afford to.
No.
I don't have $100 and some odd $1,000 to gift them, or 30 grand for a down payment as a gift, like some people get. I can't be doing that. So, it's kind of, it's not good. We need cheaper houses, not bigger houses. And then all the damn affordable places that come in, affordable housing, for town. So they rehab a whole area, and then they want to rent the places for like $2,000 a piece. None of the locals can afford that shit. In some cases more. You know what I mean?
What you end up with, they put in apartment complexes, and so then you've got people that are paying for a 600 square foot apartment for $1,200 a month. It just, even in rural areas,
it's more.
Like,
and it's supposed to be affordable housing. Affordable for who?
Oh, we have a sighting out there. I don't know if y'all do this on the channel or anything, but Mario is out there. If I've seen it right. Yeah. So 3, 2, 1. Hey. What's going on, West Coast weirdo? Sorry, I like Mario. Mario's a good guy.
You're good, brother.
So anyway, just had to do that for him. And I want to say hey to Walter Viejo out there. How we doing, brother? Out there, another West Coast weirdo. Even though he's in heavy into revolvers and everything like that.
Walter's not a weirdo. Walter's a PIMP. That's what Walter is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. No, Walter's good. Walter's good people. He's got all those revolvers and everything. So, no, can't fault him for that.
Yep. I don't know. He talks my language.
Yep. Yes, he does. Yeah, and sorry, I'm going to bring it up right now since we got a little pause. Yeah, there's a little difference between the so-called Lord's caliber, because I've heard 45 ACP, and then I've heard you chime in with a couple of other guys too, that the 44 mag is the Lord's caliber.
I mean, look, when you have an iconic thing where literally you're told it's going to blow someone's head clean off, you have to say that it's the Lord's caliber. I mean, there's no other way to go about it. I'm sorry, there's not. It's the Lord's caliber.
Yep, because we had a text form going on about a week ago with that, and was absolutely hilarious and to the point, mind you, to the point on that. And 44 mag that'll blow your fucking head clean off. Absolutely loved it. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, I just had to shout out those two people because
you're good, man. You're good.
Super good people. Super good people out there.
Absolutely, man. We got Pat out there, West Covina Dogs too. Edward Patty's out there.
So is everybody out in the chat getting through the storm okay? I assume if they're watching this, they must have power or at least juice to charge their phone or something.
Mario says, pimping ain't easy.
Yeah.
Well, not when it's 44.
4570 is a good caliber, but it's not the Lord's caliber. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, not sorry. 44 is a large caliber. It's big, it's fat, it's juicy, it's got a lot of power. And
Nah, it's not.
you look fucking absolutely incredible carrying a big ass fucking revolver.
Nah, it's 9mm, man. 9mm.
Get the fuck out of here.
Everybody overlooks it, but you know it's the world's caliber, and God made the world,
It's the
so it's got to
world's
be
caliber,
God's
not
caliber,
God's
right?
caliber.
Well, God made the world, right? So it only goes hand in hand, I'd assume. So I don't know.
Mario out there. You got to put that one up there.
I'm getting there.
That's hilarious.
See,
Well,
even Ozzy, man. Ozzy knows 44 mag, baby.
yeah, well, I can't, excuse me while I whip this out. But anyway, I wish I could show you guys this gun. And I think the Crazy Scotsman's seen this one, but I've got a 460 Smith & Wesson just off camera.
Yep.
Right here with the full comp barrel and everything on it. And you want to talk about a just smack you in the face, just get down and dirty Magnum round. Woof! That'll set your hair on fire.
Absolutely, man.
I love big Magnum handguns.
454 Casull is an awesome fucking round.
Yep.
I could shoot that shit all day. It's like butter, man. I love that.
Yep. And don't get me wrong. Still, I'm with Rob. If I'm going to carry, I'm still going to go with my 9mm. But if I'm going to go out and absolutely lay a thumping on something, give me a Magnum around and just let me blow the head clean off of it.
I'm sorry, man. There's nothing like going out and carrying your 29 in the shoulder rig, dude. There's nothing else like it, dude. Nothing else like it.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That I don't know if any of you have seen any of the recent videos, but I purchased my first 45 ACP behind me, and it's the T-Sauce. And I might get some hate over that, but anyway, it's ran flawlessly. It's been a great handgun. It's the 1911 A1, and I bought a holster from Ozzy. And when I'm in my winter gear, just like a regular hoodie and the cant and everything, it disappears underneath the hoodie. And I'm a pretty skinny guy. I only weigh about 155. I'm 6 foot, and it disappears. And that thing, man, coming out of there, I love having that 45 ACP on me.
Battle Bean, you gotta quit bragging, fucker.
Just kerbang. Mario, come on, man.
There's always one in the crowd. Mine's bigger.
Son of a bitch. I hate you, Mario. Now, you can't fit that in your pocket. That's definitely not a carry. You got a 125 millimeter rifle in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I mean, you pull up in that, no one's going to argue with you, that's for sure.
No.
Well, I think we'll start going through the room. We've gone over a little bit. That's all right, though. We were having a good conversation, so nothing wrong with that. We had lots of good participation out there in the side chat. So thank you, everyone out there in the side chat. Always appreciate you guys showing up. Good to see everyone out there. I'm glad Alan was back with us this week. That was awesome to see. So with that being said, we'll start going through the room. Rob, what you got, brother?
Not much. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, people out there. Obviously, if you're shoveling, do little by little. Don't kill yourself. Watch your footing. Keep an eye on the little things. The last thing you want to do is bust your damn hip or something stupid. Yeah. But stay hydrated as well. And of course, eat a salad. But other than that, keep kicking ass and don't take any shit.
There you go. Nice. Pat, what you got going on, man?
Okay, well, I've got one thing I want to promote just because this guy kind of reformed how everything goes. This is Decoding Firearms, and I've promoted him through the years. This is John Petrolino out of New Jersey. It is a easy to read guide for first time shooters on all the actions, how to load. Yeah, that is an actual picture.
It's got pictures in the book?
Yes, it does.
Yay! Oh all right, I'll like it.
It's a picture book just for you. See, it's even got different. It's even got different targets and everything on there.
Awesome. No, on a serious note, illustrations are nice.
Yeah, no, honestly, he does a really good job. He's got a lot of pictorials in there, and he's done a really good job with first-time shooters. So this is a good first-time shooter handbook, just to learn everything that you need to know on the different actions, how to load, looking up your state laws and stuff, clearing the back and everything. So big shout out to John Petrolino on that. And as far as what I've got coming up, did some wood stove cooking today because it was way too cold to go out to the range today, because if I would have shot barehanded, my digits would have froze off. So, but other than that, man, just go check out my channel. Go check out Rob's channel. Go check out Alan. Go check out the Crazy Scotsman. And thanks to all the chat out there tonight. It was a good conversation. I know we were all over the place, but that's what I love about this chat, is because we can go from combat arms all the way down to politics, all the way up to just kiss my ass kind of conversation. So that's what I love about it. So anyway, Alan, what you got coming up, brother?
I have zilch, nada, zero coming up. Not me. I don't do this YouTube thing. Meh.
Where do you think
Scotsman,
you are?
what about you?
I will say this. I will say
You're
this
on YouTube.
and then I'll pass it over to Alan to take us up the right way. But believe it or not, folks, this will be 10 years of us doing chats this year.
Damn.
We started doing chats in 2016, man.
We get like a challenge coin or something?
I don't remember exactly when we started doing it in 2016, but we started in 2016. I remember that.
Well, I heard Alan's getting paid. I mean, I'll just be happy with a challenge coin or something.
Well, we're not getting paid, dude. I wish we were getting paid.
We need a grief challenge coin.
When you started, Alan was, you were saying Alan's on the payroll. So
I would like to extend a huge thank you to everyone out there that has stuck with us over all these years. Sometimes we've had a lot of people out there. Sometimes we only have a handful of people out there. But we appreciate you guys always showing up, hanging out, engaging with us, giving us topic ideas, and just being a part of the show, man. It's awesome. I never imagined I'd be doing this shit, and here we are 10 years later still doing it. So it's pretty cool, and I appreciate everyone out there. Really do. With that being said, Alan, please, for the love of God, take us out right.
Man, yeah. I do apologize for missing the past number of shows, but Great. Glad to be here this week. Thank you, everybody that joined us, both in the room and over there in the side chat. Much appreciative to you. I don't have any advice for you this week, but I do have a question. If you were to write a Bible verse in the format of Shakespeare, what would it be? Maybe bring that for comment in the next show. Other than that, I do want to ask you to do one final thing to keep them magazines loaded and one in the chamber. Woo!